Alright, it's been a while. We're going to do a little on the road podcast. Been pretty tied up with hunting and life, and just really haven't had time to sit down and talk or get the crew together, sit down and discuss what we've been up to. But I'm going to try to crank out like 2 or 3 of these on my way home. I'm on my way home from a hunt right now. But I guess the first post-hunt podcast that I owe you guys is the one with Ole Sid and Duck Chugger. So, funny story. I got a resi for on the that had to be November 24th or something like that. Got a resi for a refuge. Never hunted the refuge before, so kind of was definitely a rookie when it came to it. Excuse me. So reached out to somebody about the refuge. Luckily, they gave me some tips. Told me what type of decoys to bring and stuff like that. So didn't have those specific decoys, so I go out and buy the decoys, rig them up. Had a certain area that I had mapped out that I wanted to hunt. I was gonna free roam, and loaded all my stuff up that morning, headed up to the refuge, had my bike, had my trailer, and was ready to pack it in 3 miles into the refuge. So funny story, I get to the refuge, go look at the blind averages and stuff like that, and just didn't see anything that kind of caught my eye. No blinds are really shooting that well. But so I was gonna stick with my original plan with going free roam. So I'm standing at the check station, and I noticed this guy, an older gentleman. He's sitting there talking to the guy at the check station, kind of asking him, where are the birds at? Where are they flying? What's shooting well? Blah blah blah, this and that. And I can just barely hear what the guy at the check station was saying, but I remember him saying, yeah, they're going to be all in the close zone. They're going to be coming off of the close zone, and you're going to want to be at one of these said blinds. So I just kind of listened and really still was going to stick with my plan on going free roam. So, a couple minutes passed. I'm out there talking to a couple people, and the same gentleman goes back up to the window, and he's sitting there talking to the guys again, and I hear the check station guy say, yeah, you're gonna need coot decoys. And this guy goes, oh hell, I don't have no damn coot decoys. How the hell am I gonna hunt without those? Blah blah blah. He's kind of going off about it, and all of a sudden he starts walking around, and he starts walking around to these other hunters and asking them if they have coot decoys that they either want to sell or they want to let him borrow. So he's asking each hunter, let me rent them from you. Let me at least get 5 of them at least, So I'm just kind of sitting back, kind of laughing, right? And he's sitting there, and he's talked to at least 10 hunters trying to see if they had coot decoys. And finally, I'm just kind of standing there, and this other gentleman comes up. He goes, hey man, hey, you're Hoon, right? And I go, yeah. And I just kind of thought, this is somebody that has probably seen my channel or whatever. And he goes, oh, I'm John. And I go, nice to meet you, John. And he goes, Duck Chugger. And I go, oh, okay. So, Duck Chugger it's funny because I started out, when I first got into duck hunting, I started watching all his duck hunting videos, and just kind of looking at the things that he was doing, you know, how he was calling birds in, and, you know, just watching to get an idea on how to even duck hunt. So it was good meeting him and putting a face to that, because I never knew what he looked like or whatever. But once again, it's kind of one of those moments where I was like, shit, man, I used to watch this dude all the time. And since starting my channel, he's been a huge supporter of it, and he always drops comments on my videos and stuff like that. So it's good to see him in person, kind of have that interaction and put a face to the name, right? So you know, me and him kind of, you know, talk or whatever, and he goes, oh, by the way, he goes, this is Sid. So if you guys listen to the Filthy Spoon podcast, you guys know all about Sid by now. And when he introduced Sid to me, I kind of laughed, right? Because all of those descriptions and all those jokes that has been said on the Filthy Spoon all kind of came into my mind. So as soon as John introduced me to Sid started in right on me right then. You got coot decoys? I go, matter of fact, I do. I got a dozen. He goes, well, let me buy them off of you. I go, nah, man, you're gonna mess my hunt up. I need them for my hunt. And he goes, let me rent them off of you. And I'm like, nah, man, these are for my hunt, bro. Like, I got a hunt that I gotta be successful on, you know? So he continues to pester me a little bit, and I go, hey, guess what? I go, I'll make a deal with you. I go, you, excuse me, I got a bunch of stuff making noise in here. I go, you let me, I go, what number are you? What resi number are you? And he goes, number 1. And I go, you let me hunt with you. I'll bring my coot decoys. On top of that, I have a blade too. So he looks at John, duck chugger, and he goes, what do you think? And John goes, well, it's your shoot. And Sid goes, well, fuck it, you can roll with this. He goes, you got a dog? And I go, no, I don't got a dog. He goes, good. So we figured out where we wanted to go. We ended up picking a blind. So get out there, set up, and you know, it was a nice sunny day. We had, man, some good wind, 15 to, I'd say anywhere between 15 to 17 miles an hour north wind. And this whole time I've been hunting previous to this time, you know, in the Octobers and early Novembers, and man, I just haven't seen the amount of birds. So, you know, I was kind of optimistic about this hunt, but kind of wasn't. I was like, it'll be so, but whatever. Happy to hunt anyway. So, you know, get out there in the morning, and you know, we started seeing a lot of birds flying around, and you know, we ended up having a pretty good hunt. Missed a good amount of opportunities to shoot birds. Some of it we just weren't paying attention. Sid wasn't paying attention. Sid was busy talking shit about, you know, Filthy Spoon and cracking jokes, and hands down one of the funniest guys I've ever been around, especially hunting. And man, he joked, and you guys can see in the video, he joked all day long. And I wish, you know, what's funny is normally I bring 2 packs, I bring a case, and I have 2 microphones in the case that hooks into my camera. And man, I was only gonna be me. It was gonna be a solo hunt, and I didn't bring an extra microphone, man. And I kicked myself in the ass for not doing that. Some of the shit that he was saying, I mean, I laughed pretty much the whole time, and I wish that I was able to catch all of that. I could have made a 10-minute video of him just talking shit, right? So anyway, we ended up scratching out I was at five birds. Yeah, 5 birds. You know, the flight was decent. There was a lot of birds flying, and we got some birds to come down and want to play. Just couldn't get them to finish all the way. They were kind of finicky. I don't know if it was the blade. Once again, I'm still, you know, learning when it comes to using that blade. So just playing with the position on that, playing with the decoy positioning. And then, like I said, we just outright missed some opportunities that we thought the birds were too far. There were some birds that were coming in and they were in the sun. We were looking directly into the sun and kind of lost them in the sun. And then as soon as they came out, they were basically right over us. And then we were just kind of like, oh man, we could have taken those shots. But yeah, and then Sid had a dog, Cooper, black lab, amazing dog. I've never had a chance to hunt with a dog before, so it was my first opportunity with hunting with a dog. Excuse me. Something that I'm gonna work on changing here within the next year or so. But that's we'll save that for another time. But never hunted with a dog before. So it was pretty cool to not have to get up and chase after a bird, whether it was cripple or whether the wind caught it and pushed it, you know, 50 yards away from you or whatever. So dog was super responsive, super quick, marked birds really well, spotted the birds in the air before they were even shot. And you know, just an amazing overall dog, and was definitely happy to have experienced that. And that kind of got me. I've been pushing to get a dog. I've been pushing to get a dog here for a while, and that just kind of put the nail in the coffin per se for me on wanting to get a dog. And so yeah, anyway, but yeah, I ended up finishing the hunt up. You know, couldn't thank Sid enough for inviting me. Couldn't thank John enough for allowing me to hunt with him. John's a straight gentleman. He even switched blind seats with me because he thought, you know, that side would be busier. And he said that, you know, hey, I've shot a ton of birds now, and you know, I'd rather you get a better chance at shooting the bird. So, and nothing but a gentleman, and definitely appreciated it. He still ended up shooting more birds than I did. But you know, it is what it is. It's the thought of him doing that and putting somebody that he really doesn't know ahead of him. So, you know, says a lot about him, and can definitely appreciate that. So, right on, John. Appreciate it. Appreciate you doing that for me. So we ended up, like I say, it was 5 birds, and then got out of the pond, exchanged numbers, and joked. Sid joked about how tall his waders were compared to him. You know, we were in the water, we were walking out. He goes, man, I shit you not, my waders are taller than me. Just wait. So we get out on the path, and he pulls him off, and he holds him up, and shit you not, the top of the chest part is up here to the brim of his hat, and just another funny moment. You know, he's all shits and giggles. So another cool thing, I ended up splitting up because I was on a bike, so I ended up hopping on, saying bye to them and exchanging numbers, and was on my bike on the path and bumped into a young gentleman. He was in his second year of duck hunting, and he was out there by himself. And I asked him how he did, and you know, he was like, I just couldn't get the birds in there, and blah blah blah, this and that. And he goes, man, these guys across from me, they had 2 of these blades, and the bird just kept coming in there, and I was wondering what I was doing wrong, and I was trying to call the birds, but then when they started coming in to where the blades were, I just kind of shut up. I didn't want to scare them or, you know, whatever. So I go, hey, excuse me. I go, where those blades were, that's where I was hunting. And he goes, oh yeah, man. He goes, yeah, I don't want to scare any of your birds away or anything like that, or, you know, I'm a shit caller and this and that, and you know, I'm only in my second year of hunting, and this is my very first time going out by myself. So it was just a cool moment, because I had a chance to kind of talk with him and give him some tips, and kind of steer him in the right direction, and kind of give him that encouragement, something that I was looking for when I first started duck hunting. And I was kind of giving him tips on, you know, how I feel that, you know, works best with calling ducks and stuff like that. When to be quiet, and when to hit them with the mallard call or the whistle or whatever it is, right? And then you know, not telling them, don't be afraid to call. If you can't call, you can't call, but the only way you're going to get better is practicing. And you know, sooner or later you're going to hit a certain note, and that bird's going to like it, and it's going to come right in. So we talked all the way. We probably had a mile to the parking lot. So we rode bikes next to each other, and you know, just chopped it up all the way, and you know, got his name, and kind of just, hey man, good luck this season. So like I said, it was a cool moment for me, just to kind of give some knowledge back to. And I'm not the professional duck hunter, but to give my knowledge and the things that I've kind of figured out to somebody who's out there putting in the work by themselves and wanting to get better and just loving the sport. You know, he was telling me how his buddy got him into it, and he just been hooked ever since. And I'm in the same boat. That's how I got started, right? So like I said, just a super cool moment to have that conversation with him, and to encourage him, and to, you know, yeah, just having that rapport with other hunters, and as John would say, be nice, you know. So finished that day up. That day that I got home from that hunt with Doug Chugger and Ole Sid, I actually got on and did a podcast with Brandon from For the Fowlers. So if you get a chance, go ahead and check him out at For the Fowlers, either on YouTube or Instagram, Spotify, I believe. But yeah, I had a good conversation with him. Great guy. Hopefully we get to link up this season and get a hunt. But yeah, go over and check his channel out. Show him some support. like his channel, etc. So yeah, check it out. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one.